started with our very small little class that we've got here at Homestead Park today. Small but mighty, hey? We are the ones who are going to have an amazing Sunday because we're here doing Qigong, doing something good for ourselves, and we're going to start by warming up. So we'll just start with our feet, stretching out, wiggle your toes, connect with each part of your foot, the ankle, the plantar fascia on the bottom, then up to the knee. Oh, hear those cracks, and I can feel my hip is a little clicky this morning, so I really need warming up. And then we'll move to the other side. My hips are very clicky this morning. All right, nice big circles in the hips. Releasing around the pelvis, lower back. And then we're going to come into a nice fold, slowly releasing up through the spine. See if you can really feel each of those vertebrae, each part of your back as you're rolling up. Oh. And then we're going to do some nice shoulder rolls, making them nice and big, incorporating in the elbow, the hands, wiggling the fingers, waking everything up. And some nice neck rolls. And we'll give ourselves a nice little shake. Okay. You can do some nice tapping down the arms. Whatever feels good for you. Maybe you just want to do some brushing today. Be a little bit more gentle with yourself. But this is a good way to wake up your whole body so that your whole body is engaged in the practice. We're not leaving any part out. Nice pats over Ming Men in the back here. Getting as much of the back as you can, maybe some over the shoulders. Maybe some nice chops along that big chunky muscle there. Whew. All right. So I don't need to explain anything to you three Qigongers. We are old hats at this now, aren't we? So for those of you at home, you might need to refer back to another video if you want all of the positions. So we're just going to commence in start position, and we're going to breathe the hands straight up. So now that we know we've mastered that sort of balloon breath, we know that when we get to this point, we want to have all of that kind of frame already in there. So we're going to just and then you've got a nice, strong sense of your frame. If you feel like you need to fill yourself up a little bit more, just keep breathing in and maintaining the frame. Otherwise, we're going to take 6 breaths here and we're going to rock forwards and backwards. So breathing in and out. I'm not going to talk too much through the Zhanzhuans today because I really want you guys to just really feel the practice. Turn off the thinking mind. We know what we're doing now, so we can just feel and really nail down that breathing. I can feel my breathing's really shallow today. So I want to change that and make that breath nice and long. I'm going to take one more breath. And then we're going to turn the hands over so they're facing up. Sink the shoulders back, make sure they're not too far forward, and 6 breaths here as we rock. That's our 6th breath. So hands come above the head, pointing down. 6 breaths here. Now we're going to start to nicely, slowly bring the hands down the front of the body, just in front of the body. You can keep your eyes closed if you like. Just feeling the hands nice and close to the body so you can sense that they're there, but they're not actually touching. And we're just clearing through all of the front channels of the body. So you might like to imagine your hands have light coming out of them, if that feels good for you, coming in and clearing through the fronts of your body. And we're going to come down into a nice forward fold. Hi, Shelley. And the hands are going to end up just over the feet. And we are going to take 6 breaths here. So in your own time. And bringing around the hands around to the back of the body. We're going to slowly breathe the hands up, clearing through all of the meridians on the back of the body. The hands come around in front. Breathe them up to the chest, turning hands over, pushing down back into start position. And then we're just going to breathe the arms open again. Breath out, sink back, pin the shoulders back, sinking down into the earth, feeling grounded and strong in this position. We're taking 6 breaths here. Turning the hands over, sinking back down, pin the shoulders back. 6 breaths. Hands above the head, pointing down, 6 breaths. And after your last breath, you're slowly going to bring the hands down along the outside of the body. Just tucking underneath the arms as we come down the sides. And again, into your nice forward fold. Continuing all the way down the calves. And we're going to end up down here and breathing 6 breaths. And when you've finished, hands come to the inside of the legs and slowly breathing the hands back up. Coming up out of that fold. When you get to lower dantian, hands come holding a little bowl of qi. We're going to bring that up to the sternum. Turn hands over and push down. And coming out of your stance, moving your body. Okay. So today we are going to do the Barduan Jin. We've done it before, but there's not lots of nice little names, funny names. 2 hands hold up the heavens, clench fists and stare intently. So we're going to have fun with this one. So finding your nice Qigong position, having a drink actually if you want to have a little sip, because we're going to go straight into this and not have a break for a bit. Oops. Okay, so finding a nice position. Sinking down into your stance. Feeling your frame is nice and strong, grounded. And we're going to open up around the qua. Breathing in breathing out. Nice little rock on that. One more time. Rocking back. And we're going to do a few little ice cream scoops. So breath in, scoop. Breath out, pack down the chi. And then we're going to scoop again. Breath in. Breath out. Nice little scoop. A little squat with this one. And now we're going to go for a bigger squat. So scooping. Bringing it up to the sternum, pushing down. A little bit bigger. Okay. Oh, sorry, something dodgy's happening with my knee. So scooping. And now we're going to bring the hands all the way up. They're going to come up above. And we're going to sort of a little bend back, looking up towards the hands, breathing in and out 3 times. Breath out, the hands come down. Breath in, we're going to scoop. As you come to here, the breath goes out. Breath out, let go of the hands, going down into your squat. Squatting down as far as you feel is good for you today. Breath in. Hands continue up, breath out. Three breaths here. Breath in, breath out. Hands separate. Squatting down, scooping. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. We'll go one more time, scooping. Bringing it up to the chest. As we get to the chest, the hands start to transition and the breath comes out. Breath in, breath out. Hands come down. We're just going to take a little scoop up to the sternum, turning hands over, back to start position. And we're going to breathe. We're going to open the qua, but we're going to come into our next position. So just follow me. So breathing in, breathing out. One hand comes towards the chest, the other opens out. This one here, we're holding on. We've got our hands hooked around our bow. Out here, we are looking towards our target, and this is where our arrow is. Is that right? Yeah, we're holding the arrow. We've got the bow here. We're looking. We're going to shoot. Breath in, breath out, pushing down along the arm as this arm comes across. I'm going to push down along that arm, and then we're going to slide back up the other arm, and we're going to swap sides. So this arm becomes this shape, and this one is our little hook, and we're facing, we can look out that way or we can look this way. I think I like looking that way. 3 breaths here. Breath in, breath out. We swap sides, pushing down along the arm, and in the middle we're breathing in again. So breath in as we swap to the other side. Breath in, breath out. The hands start to move into their next position, pushing down along the arm. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out, swapping to the other side, squeezing down along the arm and then squeezing up the other arm. Breath in, sinking back down into your stance. Breath in, breath out. Hands just come to the center of the chest together and we push down. Coming back to your start position. And we're going to go down for a squat again. So breath in, squatting down. And when we come to about our belly button, the hands are going to separate. One hand's going to push down, and the other is going to turn and face up. Breath in, breath out. The hands come back to center. So this one goes nice and slowly. This one's a little faster. We're going to squat, scoop, and swap sides. So my left hand's coming up, my right hand's pointing down. Separate heaven and earth. 3 breaths here. Breath in, Breath out, coming back to meet the hands. And we're going to scoop. Breathing in. And this time my right hand's going up and I'm actually going to come up on my tippy toes. And then sinking back down, up on the breath. Coming back to center. Squat. Separating when we come to our lower dantian. Pushing up onto our toes. Coming back down on the exhale. Breath out. Hands come back to meet. Squat. Scooping up. Breath out. Hands separate. Up onto the toes. Up onto the toes, breath out, hands release. I'm so wiggly on my toes today. And we're going to scoop. Coming up to the chest and turning over and pushing down. Back into our start position, just adjusting your Qigong posture if you need to. And the next one is a really easy one, so it's just this position and then this position on the other side. Wise our gazes backwards. So breath in, the hands splay, looking over your shoulder. Breath out, the hands point forward. Breath in, we're looking over our other shoulder. Breath out, coming back to center. Breath in and out. We'll do one more each side. Coming back to center, and this time we're going to, when we turn to the left, our right arm is going to come in front of the face, hand pointing away. The left hand is going to come behind us, both pointing away from us. So we're going to turn, breath out, hands come together in the center, breath in, breath out. We'll do one more each side. Coming to the center, pushing down. Okay, so for this next one, big bear gazes side to side. We kind of slide down the legs. So we're going to start with just a nice twist. So just breathing into the side. We're going to slide down to the knees. We're just going to twist at this position. Breathing in, looking behind you. And we're going to come to the center. We're just going to spread our feet apart a little bit further so we're not in our nice clothes. We're just nicely a bit wider, because when we do this next bit, we're going to actually pop the hands here. We're going to turn the foot. We're going to look side to side. The foot comes back in. Turn the other foot out. And then we're going to come up to the hips. And we're going to go all the way. Breath in. So we end up in a nice upright position. We're going to swing all the way down. So we're in this position here, and then as we come to the other side, we swing up and come into a nice upright position. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in and out. We're just going to do one more each side. Coming back to the center, sliding back up. Okay. Bringing your hands to start position. Just let me, give me a sec to remember this one. Okay. So we're going to go hands on hips. And we're going to slide the hands down the sides of the legs. Then they're going to come back up the inside, sliding over the groin. Then they're going to come back. We're going to bend backwards. Just a nice little bend, sliding down. So that's the breath out. Breath in as the hands come up. Bending back, breath out, breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. We'll take 3 breaths here. Breath in, breath out, sliding down the outside of the legs. Breath in, Coming up the inside, giving your thighs some love, and back into our little bend, breathing in and out. Breath in, breath out, sliding down. Breath in, over the groin, into our bend back, breath out. Breath in, breath out, sliding down. Breath in. And we're just going to cup our hands. Breath out. And the next one is the clench fists and stare intently. So we're doing, it's a punch like this. Okay, so, okay, breath in, breath out, come back. We're going to pull back with this hand. This hand is going forward. This hand ends up here. We're punching. Okay, so I think this is breath in. Breath in, swap the hands, breath out. Breath in, breath out. I've got the breath wrong, so let's just do the punchings and breathe. One more time each side. Really feel as though you're pulling in a rope, punching, and coming back to center. And we'll just release our hands. That's the move. Okay, so let me just, this one is, our hands come up. I can't remember this one too well, but we're going to breathe our hands up, come up onto our toes, and then we're going to swing like that. So breath in, up onto the toes, breath out, and breath in. As the arms are going to swing back into that momentum. Breath out. Oops. Breath in. Up onto the toes. Breath out. Let it all swing out. And on that swing, we're going to catch again. Breath in and let it all go. I'm sorry, I nearly fell. Yeah, this one's a nice, just let it all go, shake it all out, woo, nice shimmy, I like a good shimmy, and we'll close down the kwa, shall we? So coming back to hands in front, breath in, Breath out. Packing down the chi, all of that work we've done. We're cementing it down in our bodies. Our bodies are saying, thank you. Thank you so much. What's the time, Janet?
Exactly 9:45.
Oh my God. Look at that.
And about 10 seconds.
That was spot on timing. I'm getting better. I only had to ask you once today, Janet. Okay, so I think that's it. So I want you guys to get comfy, but we are going to start by doing some self-massage. So we'll do, it's just the face, it's just sitting. You're not going to be touching your bits, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry? Oh yeah, but we are in the park.
That's what self-rating is this? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Putting your body. Looking after your own body, no one else will, just yourself.
That's right. And so when we do these practices, it's a much about the intention of where we're at as well. So, you know, if we are distracted, if we are in different, you know, thinking about all these different things, our body's not realizing the full benefit. But you'll find once you're doing the practice, the noise starts to drop off a little bit. I hope that's what happens with me. So the chatter in my head, it might start quite busy thinking, but then once you get into a nice flow, and especially once you really get to know Qigong, and you can really start to bring in some of that, the visualization, or you know, bring that mental calmness through into your body as well. Okay, so we'll start by doing some tapping. We're going to tap all over the head. And over the ears here, we've got a gallbladder channel. So again, there's emotions associated with all the organs in Chinese medicine. The gallbladder and liver, they're paired organs, and they're about anger. So you might actually like to see, you know, I'm clearing out anger, and then I'm bringing through happiness. Like, clear it out, anger, leave my body, and then, joy, happiness, bring that into your body. And with those scrapes, you can really feel, I can really feel like everything's like goosebumps on my head. Okay, so you can give your ears a little squeeze while we're here. The ears are associated with the kidneys. So if you have nice big ears, and I tell this to my clients who, you know, have got big ears, I say, that's fantastic, you've got good Jing. And Jing is kind of your, like your DNA. So if you're starting off with a good template of DNA, it's gonna express really well in your body through, you know, wellness. You're not going to be as ill. And big ears are an indicator you got strong constitution. So if you got big ears, be proud, friends. And we're just going to pop our thumbs just into these points. Just lean down, pushing gently right into that, sort of where that groove is to go to the nasal bone. Just pushing down. The eyes are associated with the liver, not the liver, the spleen and stomach, I think. We're just going to squeeze along the eyebrows. Oh, you might find some spots where you need a little bit more attention. My eyes are really itchy. Squeezing along the eyebrows, just swiping along the forehead, clearing out the lymphatics. Nice little circles at the temples. And we can continue down along the jaw, doing nice circles and really massaging the masseter muscle in the jaw, getting in there. If you've got jaw problems, it's good to give yourself a nice massage. You might even feel doing this that your jaw's really sore. Over the cheeks. Okay. We're just going to find a little groove in your cheekbones. I'm just going to push up into that groove. And then pushing along the cheekbone, pushing down. Give your nose a nice little squeeze if you like. Over the top of your mouth, underneath, and then down along the jaw, squeezing. Okay. Giving your hands a nice rub until you can feel a good amount of heat in there. Placing your hands over your eyes. Nice big breath in and out. Might take 3 breaths here. And then releasing the hands, rubbing them together again. And then bringing that over the ears. Okay, we're just going to chop over the neck. So we're going to do opposite sides. So right hand goes to left side, left hand goes to right side. You can give your trap a nice squeeze. Mine are tight. I need a massage. Do you? And then we're going to just popping your hands in here. We've got our lung points. Just giving them a nice massage. And coming down, squeezing the arms. Squeeze and pull your fingers. They might click. And then coming down the other side. We've got our nice little point in here. We're just going to hold on the point, so that's in the webbing of your hand. It might feel quite sore. There's a very strong trigger point in there, so it's good to release that. I'll do both hands. And then we're just going to bring our feet together. We're going to rock and lean into our thighs with like our forearm and our elbow, and just massaging up and down the thighs. You can press your hands down your legs. And there is a point just, it's about 3 finger widths from the bone. So if you measure 3 finger widths, it's usually just above that. There is a little depression. I can easily mark mine because there's a scar there. We're just going to push into this point. Lost my little thingy. Okay. And then we've got our 2 points. So we've got K1, which we know from doing our Qigong, that one's there. And then the other point is pretty much just on the opposite side. So we're just going to grab like this, popping your finger and thumbs into those points. Okay, and you got a nice little massage before your nun eyes. You can lay down now, have a little rest, well deserved. And I'm going to say goodbye to my people online. Bye. Thanks for watching. There's no one watching, but that's okay. There were people at one point.